card. All right. There we go. Yay. All right. That was the biggest part. That was the biggest step.
Yay.
Okay. I'm just going to start the music.
Yay. It's time.
It's time. We're back. Eh?
Honey, you at home.
Welcome to the next episode of VGXL. I'm your host, Daniel, aka Games. Joining me again is the beautiful Fefer from the channel Fefer. And today we have a super special guest, the boss monkey herself, MsBossMonkey.
Yay.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. We did it. We made it.
Yes, we made it after so much prep and so many delays. We're supposed to record this 3 days ago, but we made it. All right. And if you're not already following, definitely give us a follow at VGXL Podcast on Twitter or Video Games X Life everywhere else. And where can we find you, Fefer?
You can find me on Twitch at Fefer, on Twitter at Fefer Plays, Instagram on Fefer Plays with 2 S's, and on TikTok at Fefer Plays. I should have squeezed that in with the other one. It's okay. I got excited about the Instagram.
Do you want people to know where to follow you at, Monkey, or do you not care?
Absolutely not. No. No, it's MsBossMonkey on Twitch and on Twitter.
All right.
Also, we want to wish MsBossMonkey happy streamiversary. 4 years, huh?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 4 years. I made it 4 years.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Oh, sorry. I forgot you can see that. All right. So after a long break, we were supposed to record last week. We had a lot to talk about, but we were getting ready for vacation, and so it just didn't happen. But we, and then we went on vacation, and we got much needed rest. And yeah, did you have a good time on vacation, Fefer?
I did. I didn't want to come back.
I know, that was nice. Yeah, we stayed over in Ocean City, Maryland for about 5 days, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun, nice.
It was very fun.
You got the boardwalk and seafood, lots of seafood you can eat out there.
Seafood, crab legs.
Yeah, we had some ginormous crab legs that were delicious, freshly caught.
Yep.
And yeah, kids had a good time, went to carnivals and stuff. So yeah, it was great. It was great. And the one thing that we didn't talk about that we should have recorded for last week was the Long Island Retro Convention.
Yes.
I don't want to spend too much time on that, but it was really fun. It's if you've never heard of it, it's a convention all the way out in where, I don't forget. I always forget what part of Long Island, but it's out in Long Island and here in New York. And
I don't know, Long Island.
Yeah.
Museum Row.
Exactly. There's a airplane museum there, and they converted for the convention set for a convention. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. They had like everything from the earliest Pong games, from the arcade to the home, those old, at home Pong consoles that they had, all the way up to like they had a couple of PlayStation 4s, but they had everything in between. They had freaking Ataris, ColecoVisions. They even had the Vectrex, the Virtual Boy.
Vectrex and Virtual Boy. Yeah, they had everything. They even had the little Game & Watch, the little handheld ones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really right. Cool. Was that your first time playing Virtual Boy?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I did terribly at it. And on top of that, they had 2 of them set up right next to each other. And of course, the one that I decided to put on my head and try and just do terribly in, I got my ass whooped while playing this Street Fighter kind of game.
It was Street Fighter.
Was the one that they showed. They had that one connected. It was Street Fighter. Okay. They had that one connected on the screen. So everybody standing behind me was just watching me get my ass whooped. So, great time.
I mean, to be fair.
like, oh, yeah, so that's great. Oh, okay, that's nice. And I'm just like, ugh,
To be fair, I'm actually okay at Street Fighter, especially the old one, and I was getting my butt kicked too. But like I said, and also, those controllers were just bad. Like it had the
Yeah.
grips, which I think predates the PS1, if I'm not mistaken. But the controller grips, but instead of having like buttons on the right side, it was another directional pad. So it was those controls were just bad anyway. I was like trying to get Hadoukens out, pressing down to forward, and I guess left on the directional. It was so weird to have two double directionals. It just made no sense. But yeah, it was a good time. That was a good time. If you ever in the New York area, I highly recommend going to that. I think it's annual or whatnot.
Yes. Every year. Yep.
Definitely check that out. But yeah,
did you find something to buy?
We bought a lot of little things.
Yeah, we got a lot of little things. Like, as a matter of fact, the pins that I sent you,
Yes.
with the everything's fine.
Yes.
Got that from there, and the I'm here to punch you. I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's for Monkey. And what else do we get? Oh, we got these actually. As a matter of fact, we got.
Oh yeah, the little hologram. You gotta flip it the other way.
I know I can't see what I'm
that.
doing.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. We got that one and Sasuke.
Yeah, I just thought that one was really cool. Yeah. So cool. Yeah. If you're watching, if you're listening on the video, we're showing a couple like the hologram poster looking things.
Oh, I still have it here, like Klonoa vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a really good time. Like I said, I highly recommend just for the and then it closed with a band, Thrasher Bros or whatnot played.
Yes, that was so good.
Yeah.
That was the introduction for the kids to their first little thrash concert there.
Yeah, and the boy loved it.
They enjoyed
too.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good time. But moving along, what you been playing this week, Fefer?
Well, away on vacation, I didn't really play much.
Yeah, that's true.
I did not play much. We brought all the stuff to go and play, and any downtime, we didn't play anything.
Yeah, downtime was like rest.
Exactly. But when I got back, I did play a bunch of Cult of the Lamb. It's so good. So I did start a new save on that because I'm a jerk who decided the first time around to not do resurrections. So the second playthrough, I have resurrection. So my dead people, they shall live again.
Yay.
So hopefully, Twitch integration will get everybody in there, and I'll be able to resurrect all of you again.
Oh man, yes.
I don't appreciate dying, Fefer.
I know, right?
I know. I'm over here celebrating all of you with funerals when I can just bring you all back. Like, what's the big idea? Jeez.
Then we got for me same thing. I didn't really play anything during the vacation. I played a little bit of what's that game called? The rhythm dungeon game.
Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, there you go. Crypt of the. I want to say Cadence of Hyrule. It's Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yes, I get it.
That game is difficult, but I was playing that.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
It's so good though.
It is good.
Once you get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Agreed.
And in Apex, I've been still kicking ass on Apex and a little bit. We played some Fortnite last night. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, we got that dub. I Kamehameha'd someone who was trying to Kamehameha me, and I killed him. And then we got the victory thing.
Yeah,
it was really cool. I'm trying to get the save off of that. Stand by on that.
Yeah. What about you, Monkey? I know you're playing a couple of things this week.
Yes.
Elden Ring is the number one in my heart right now.
Yes.
Mostly just that. I went in, I had it on PC, and then of course, I got it on the PlayStation, but I usually go into those blind. I don't want to know about anything, or if I, accidentally kill someone I'm not supposed to, or talk to someone I shouldn't, or what. I don't really care, right? The ending is kind of a whatever to me, even though I think there's 3. And right now, I am really close to the end of my first playthrough. I've probably over leveled because you
Nice.
can. And I just now, just out of caution, I guess, Googled something to see if it really mattered, if I did something or didn't do something, and that spawned off on, I don't even know, like today was like 3 hours of me like kind of tying up loose ends that I didn't realize were loose ends,
Yeah.
but were super important for me to do so that the ending, I don't know, maybe meant more. But generally, I made it about 3/4 of the way without really caring too much about with whom I spoke or delivered or didn't deliver or accidentally, whatever. Um, it's been really enjoyable. Really like that game.
Yeah, no, Elden.
It's very fun.
I was so stuck on Elden Ring, and then the thing is, I was gonna do the same thing. Like, I wasn't really gonna like look at guides or Google, and then I kept hearing like little things in passing, and then I was just like, let me see what this thing here. And before you knew it, was like I lived on. I was like, wait, there's a quest. I want to do this quest. I need to look up the. I didn't care. It was like
Exactly.
I did not care. I wanted to do everything like correctly, and it honestly, like people used to get, I mean, and on Twitter, where everyone has an opinion, we're like, oh, nobody, people want a hard game, but then want to live on Google or whatever. And I'm like, for this game, yes. Like, I don't even care. Like, for like,
This game, yes.
like the whole Randy the Witch, there's no way you're doing that without a walkthrough. Like, I don't even understand how, like, that is such a convoluted quest that it's like, you really have to like understand what you're reading or doing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you done that? The Randy the
Yes,
Witch?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
I messed up part of it, but that's okay. I recovered a little bit towards the end because I didn't know something that I needed to know. But again, because the ending to me is, I can just play it again, right, and get a different ending and be a
Right.
little more, make a little bit better choices, I suppose. But yeah, I I got to that part where, not that anyone cares about spoilers because it's been out a while, but anyway, so I got to a part where I walk into the room and the person I need to speak to is dead.
Oh,
And I'm like,
okay.
oh, well, all right then. I
I,
guess I guess we'll be going to do this option B.
oh, I think I
Is
know what you're
your
talking about. Wait,
yeah.
is it one of the guys in the hub or it's somewhere
No,
else?
yeah, it was somewhere else.
Oh,
But
okay.
although I did have that happen as well, where somewhere, yeah, somewhere in the round table, um, there's something that was supposed to be happening, and I hadn't progressed the quest line far
Yeah,
enough,
me
and
neither.
yeah, and I was like, well, it's
Exactly.
all right.
Somebody disappeared or something. And it's like, oh, if you didn't do this thing, then they're dead. I was like, oh, well, I guess they're dead. Like,
Catch him next time.
yeah. Oh man. That game is something else. It's definitely gonna, like I said, if God of War really has to pull at the heartstrings like big time and improve on, pretty much, if they improve on everything that people had a problem with in the original God of War, I think it has a huge chance to, it's like history literally repeating itself, where you have um two major titans going at each other. It's like in God of War, it could come out on top because everyone thought Red Dead Redemption was gonna destroy God of War. There's no way that's gonna win everything. God of War took that home. So there's a
Hmm.
huge chance that Elden Ring will win, or it might be the other way around this time, where God of War wins everything except for Game of the Year. That still really may go to Elden Ring, but like I said in a previous episode, I still believe that like I said, if the side content, because if you think about it, Elden Ring is one giant side quest. Like, even the main quest is a side quest. Like, you don't even, because you don't have to do that. So
Hmm.
so if they make the side content in God of War like in depth, worth going through, worth progressing through it, and all that, visiting the different areas, because remember you could do that in the first one. So if it's something like that, then I seriously think it has a huge chance. That on top of you know having a great story. Like, if that story is written as well as the first one, if not better, and has all great bosses, great enemies to fight, and things like that, it has a big chance, because the gameplay was really fun and addictive in the original,
Hmm.
in 2018's version. So we'll see what happens with that.
Absolutely.
But
So,
uh-huh.
oh, I was just gonna say, so I know that you're the host games, but I was just thinking that like the segue to this Gamescom talk was that what makes a game of the year a game of the year. And I know that some people have a little list and they tick off all the boxes or whatever, but that Gamescom, like, I didn't see, there was no game of the year in that that entire announcement for me. And even on the bar set the lowest level for what would make a game of the year, like none of them were like, ooh, that's going to take over the spot of any of the ones we just talked about. Because honestly, I mean, Cult of the Lamb, I mean, that could be a surprise game of the year too, right? It has like
It
so much
could be.
replayability. It's
Yes.
fun. You can have the integration with your friends' names and all this stuff, but I don't know. Gamescom. Well, anyway, you're the host. I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
I was ready to say I was listening to your podcast. I was like,
I know, right? I'm over here like, wow, this is getting somewhere really good.
Nah, you're
Okay.
right though. It's like, and it's unfortunate. You say that like about Cult of the Lamb being like that should be, but it's like I think that's one thing Keely needs to help maybe help change since it's his show, is that let a indie. There can be an indie of the year, but that should also be a contender for game of the year. And it's I don't know if we even had any. Well, I would have to look at a list, but if there has been any game of the year like that, it was a nomination to win game of the year. I don't think anything's really truly been indie like that, because even Neon White is a really fun and interesting like game that a lot of people were talking about, and it's a lot of people's game of the year. And it's like, it sucks because it's like we would have to have a horrible year in the AAA space, and I'm talking about horrible, like worse than what was a pretty last year was pretty lame, right? Or either last year, yeah, because last year. I think it was last year because of all the delays from the pandemic. It was a pretty light year, and It Takes Two, I guess, is the closest thing, to an indie, or whatever that indie feeling, indie style that that won, and that still had AAA money behind it. With they had mocap and all that, so it definitely had that AAA money. But yeah, this Gamescom, I will say, was a little underwhelming. But if we're talking about a game of the year contender, I would say, because I think it's next year that's coming, is the first one there, Life of P, and like that. We're gonna be talking about the games in
Yes.
random order, so this is not in order of how the show went. But Life of P was probably what stuck out to me the most, which is it's a Soulsborne. It's like another Souls, Soulsborne game. So. That game looked really interesting. I know we talked about it. So you said it looked like kind of like Mega Man, something like Cyberpunk Mega Man. But it's a Soulsborne. So I think if they can keep the bosses interesting and the side content fun and the world fun to explore, that's definitely, like I said, that was the highlight as of right now. That was the highlight of that whole thing.
I agree with that.
Yeah, what did you think about Life of P?
I thought the that boss that they kind of showed in there, they showed a little diversity of the different bosses and the monsters in there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to see what they got, because if it is anything like, I mean, it's not going to be Elden Ring, but if it's anything like any of those Soulsborne type of games, I don't know, might be something good to check out. Because it looked good already as it was.
Yeah, that didn't stick out to you, Monkey?
No, I think it's because, like, I don't know, the look of it was very much like Remnant from the Ashes, of the Ashes,
Yeah.
that we played before. Just kind of that very steampunk, ish looking thing. And I don't know. I mean, the story. I don't know if I care about Pinocchio all that much. He's a little puppet mechanoid and he's hunting for Geppetto. Like, okay, like, I don't know. I feel like it's something that happens when licensing lapses or something, like that. They were gonna have like Winnie the Pooh in a horror movie because the licensing lapsed. Like this is what happens when that happens. Like now you have an evil, really, really evil Geppetto, and Pinocchio has to go through all these, worlds to, I don't know, become a boy again. But honestly, I had this list, because I did my homework. I had a little column that was like things I am interested in, and then the other one was I'm not interested in them, but I would watch somebody else play them because they were super excited about them. Because I know that there's plenty of games in that list that like I know someone else would enjoy. And then there's the other ones where it was just like, I don't know, I'm not interested in it. I don't know actually who would be either, but on my interested in, there's like 4, with one of them being the controller.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I mean, is it Life of P or Lies of P?
Oh,
Lies of P.
did I
Lies of
put
P. Okay.
did I put that? I'm thinking Life of Pi, and that's probably what my
Yes,
brain
that's
said. Life of
exactly.
Pi,
Hey, at
Lies
least that
of
one had
P.
tigers. Yeah, so I mean, Liza P was kind of on there. It also made me think of Liza Minnelli because when you say Lies of P, it sounds like Liza. But anyway, that's beside the point. Dune Awakening, I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
that could be really good or really bad. Like
Yes.
it's that open world survival. It could just go horribly wrong, and I'd
Mm-hmm.
still look at it though because
Well, slow
Dune.
down. So we don't have to go through your whole list. Let's cover
Yeah.
things here and there. The Dune one, yeah. I mean, when I hear MMO though, my brain turns off. If it's not,
That's right. MMO.
yeah, it's like I really got to hear about it, or it got to be something like, is it gonna be a free to play MMO, like, which probably is, that's what everything is nowadays. It's like Final Fantasy's getting away with it, whatnot, but they're putting a lot of work to get away with it, and even their, I'm sure their masters up top are like, how can we do microtransactions, but I think they're probably poking them away, pushing them away, like, calm down, we got this, like, I think,
Mm-hmm.
but because there's little things that have been said. But yeah, when it comes to MMOs, man, I don't know. And then Dune, I know it's a movie, but I don't really know anything about that story or whatnot. Did you see the movie, Monkey?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
No.
Is that why you think it could be a good game?
Well, I mean, it's just the story to it, right? There's a lot of little things if you watch the movie that could be really interesting when translated to a game, as far as like things that you have to do or complete or whatever. But then at the same time, yeah, it could just be really bad and completely skippable. And it's I don't know. We have enough MMOs, I think, but here we are,
Mm-hmm.
waiting
Exactly.
on some more to come out. I don't,
Yeah.
Yes.
What else do you have on your?
oh, I don't want to hijack your list.
No, because
But I want to say, because
we
on
can
your,
do one
you
more.
had Dead Island 2. That was literally on the. I was like, oh, I would totally watch Games and Fefer play Dead Island 2. I have no desire, but I would watch the heck out of it.
I want to see more of it, yeah, because I'm like, we already have, honestly, and the reason why I think I'm interested is because Dead Island, I think, started with Techland, if I'm not mistaken, before they went into a hardcore parkour zombie killing with what's the other one called? Um,
I always forget. Hardcore parkour, no?
Hardcore Parkour, the video game. What the hell's it called? Wow, I'm drawing a
Walking
blank.
Strand. I don't remember the name. I can never remember that name of that game.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
You're
can
Googling hardcore parkour.
Right, the video game. I have no idea what that game is fucking called right now. But
Oh, Dying Light.
Dying Light, Jesus.
Holy crap.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think they started off with the first Dead Island, or some of the people who worked on the original Dead Island, were gonna work on the sequel, and then something happened, and they ended up making Dying Light. I think that's how it went down. I could be completely wrong with that, but I know they're related. I know that out of Dead Island came Dying Light, and then and that's why we never got part 2. Like, it took forever, and it was just in development hell because they announced that like 8 years ago. And it never came
been a
out.
while, yeah.
Yeah, and then 8 years ago we got Dying Light, which is a really great game. So I guess, like I said, so with this one, I'm interested because Dying Light 2 was just okay. They didn't, I don't know, the first one blew my mind. Just they took away some stuff that was in the original, and while the gameplay is solid, it's solid. The story was just not that interesting, in my opinion. Like, it's disjointed. Like, you're right when it's getting good, the whole landscape changes to, like, you know, first you're doing short buildings or whatever, and then it just changed. Like you go through a tunnel, it's like now you're in the big city, and it's just like, and everybody that you were dealing with in the last 10 hours of the game are dead or gone or back in the old city. So, you know, it's just like it just changes, and I was like, what the hell just happened? I don't know, kind of turned me off after that point. So you know, I would love to see what a Dead Island, you know, 2, especially coming out of development hell. You know, I'm cautiously optimistic because I mean, you know, it's not hard to make a fun FPS, I guess, but you know, a lot of games that come out of development hell aren't always that great, you know, because they have, you know, they're working with stuff, or it's not the what you call it, you know, it's not their baby, you know, it's something that they picked up or whatnot. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, like I said, from the gameplay they did show, it did look fun or whatnot. Just like that Killer Clowns from Outer Space that they showed.
Yes.
Like, so hearing about it was interesting, but what made me really interested is the fact that it's the people who did the Friday the 13th game that
Yes.
you know, that the only reason that game failed or didn't continue is because of licensing. Like 2 different people owned the license. It was a whole mess of who owned the license, and so I guess apparently whoever gave them the license to make the game weren't supposed to do that. So, and then the company that does own it didn't really want to do anything with it. So,
All right.
huh? Oh, you sneezed or something?
Bless you.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yes, bless you. Yeah, so but the Friday the 13th game was pretty interesting. It could, you know,
It was very good.
it didn't get all the content that probably they were thinking about, so it ended up just being a game that, you know, kind of got left in the dust or whatever, and yeah, I think they just, you know, made it playable as they're gonna make it, and then that was it. Like, it's still there, but they're not allowed to make any more content for it. So, you know, them coming out now that they had their practice with that game and they had, you know, something under their belt, I'm excited for this, you know? What do you think, Fefer?
I agree. I enjoyed the corniness of the actual movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it played out in a video game because, like you said, it's the same people that did the Friday the 13th. And in that game, they had the kills. They had the accurate killings. Like, let's say, we're always going to remember the one time we played with Nicholas and Atlas. And then Nicholas was hiding in like a sleeping bag or in a tent.
Yeah. And that's from Jason Goes to Hell, yeah.
And he grabs the sleeping bag. What was it? The sleeping bag or the tent? And he just starts bashing it.
Yes, he takes, what is it? He takes them, he drags them into the tent with the sleeping bag and then and then he has the sleeping bag and just bashing the sleeping bag into the floor. And that's straight out of Jason Goes to Hell. Such a silly scene too.
Yes, but it's great. I love it. I love it. So I'm looking forward to more silly stuff, more stuff maybe from the movie itself, more ways of how these crazy killer clowns are coming to find you and kill you, because obviously at this point we're expecting something like Friday the 13th. You're in a neighborhood, maybe you have to run between the houses, hide away and get away. I don't know, find the keys or find the parts to put together with some sort of missile.
Yeah, your typical like, you know, asymmetric,
you know?
4v1. And I don't know. It's funny too that they got this IP, because I think after the whole Friday the 13th, they're like, okay, what IP can we use that no one's using? That's not gonna. Nobody cares. Gives to, like, you know. And they probably saw, you know, Killer Comes from Outer Space. Nobody's doing anything with that. Let's boom.
Yes.
Right.
Somebody said yes. Do it. I'm here for it though.
Do you like games like that, Monkey? Do you care?
It's also on the list that I will watch you all play it. Looking forward to it.
See, Monkey's just as excited.
I am. I'm excited for you.
That's definitely a community game to stream and have fun with. So yes, I'm looking forward to that as well. Speaking of games that you watch us play, what about Goat Simulator 3? Did that make the list?
Yeah, well, yeah, on the one that I would watch someone else play.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It's not because I don't like it. I think I have Goat Simulator 2, maybe. I don't think I've ever played it, but I did get it. I mean, it might have been on a sale or something. Because I thought, oh, that's kind of funny and cute, and plus goats, you know.
Plus goats.
And then when I saw Goat Simulator 3, the preview, I was like, oh, they have outfits, and then, you know, I was like, oh, maybe this is it. This is my entry point into Goat Simulator, because they have outfits.
Time. Oh man.
That's great.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I
That.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think they don't even have a 2 because they have
No.
all the DLCs like Payday and the Star Wars one and all the other ones. But I think they're trying to do like McPixel and jumping from 1 to 3.
Yeah, because
Oh, I see. All right.
yeah, and I'm assuming it's because they have so many like variations of the first one. So and it's a joke of a
Maybe.
game. Both games are
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
both.
parodies
Yeah.
of video games in general. Yeah, so
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
it's interesting. I mean, I think it's gonna be it's like for the kids because the kids are the ones that play. It's a, it's a sandbox game where you just go and do nonsense. So that's definitely a
Absolutely.
game to watch other people play or get it on sale and just maybe if it's multiplayer then just be a dummy and run around blowing things up as a
Exactly.
goat.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah. Where do you have I forgot to put this on it because I should have did a better job, but where do you have the Lords of the Fallen? Two Lords, two
I was on,
Fallen.
yeah, I was on the fence because like there's let's see, there's Lords of the Fallen plus Atlas Fallen. There's a lot of falling. And I wasn't, would I play it? Probably. Is it a day one? I gotta have it? No. And Atlas Fallen was very much, sand gliding Destiny, which
Yeah.
I told you before about Destiny. I'm just over it at all of it. So,
Yeah.
if someone else plays it, if someone else plays both of those, and they're like, "This is amazing. These are amazing," okay. But if I don't have a personal recommendation, I'm no.
Yeah, like I played. I think they gave that out on like PS Plus years ago. The original Lords of the Fallen or whatnot. And this is before I even tried any Demon Souls or Dark Souls. I hadn't even played any of those yet. So this is one of the earlier Souls likes, I guess if you want to call it that. And I mean people who like those who like. I didn't mind it. It seems like the first boss seems very easy. It seems like something out of Dark Souls. It's like a giant Dark Knight, looking guy with a sword, and then he turns into a monster, and the monster is fairly, it wasn't too bad. But from I hear that if you're looking for something that's closer to a Souls game, that it wasn't really it. It was like an okay attempt. But it was fun. Like the controls felt good at the time. Like I said, I played very little of it, but I remember playing, like I said, at least the first boss. I was like, oh, I can get to a Souls game, and playing it. And then I don't know, I didn't continue. And then apparently they were gonna make a sequel, and maybe they read the complaints. I don't know. I feel like they maybe they learned and saw what what these other games are doing and realized they could probably do the first game, I guess, better or redo the first game to really to give it. Because if you had an okay first game and then you make a great second game, you know what I mean? So I guess maybe that's why they don't want to do it like that. I don't know, but apparently it was just like a mid Souls like, and so that's why I'm thinking they're reimagining the first one. Like, let's go back and retry that again. But
So they just called the do-over, is what.
pretty much, because it's like they added it was just Lords of the Fallen before. Now it's the Lords. We call it. We said two Lords, two Fallen because it just reminds us of like Fast and Furious.
Yes.
And then it's the Fast and the Furious, and it's just like, oh, like, oh, no, this one has the in the front, so it's better.
So it's better. Oh, the other one, with a was the Callisto Protocol.
Oh yeah.
First of all, I just like saying Callisto, but that was really it. Really, no, but it looked to me like, because I love the heck out of GTFO. It kind of looked like GTFO, but without and I could be wrong because obviously you don't see like a whole bunch of gameplay, but it was like without the ammo and healing limitations.
Right.
But it was really interesting to me, so that one made the list of I'm kind of interested in it. But
did you play any of the old Death Space games?
no.
Oh, okay. It's because that's the same guy who did Dead Space did these games. So it's gonna be more kind of like a survival horror, like Resident Evil in space, kind of with aliens kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like that's how his other games were. And then I don't know if you noticed in the gameplay trailer, they showed him like sliding down the water or whatnot. before he
Yes.
like dies. Yeah, that's very Dead Spacey like feeling, because there's a part, I believe in part 2 of Dead Space, where like, they're being attacked on a ship, and a hole goes through the side of the hull or whatnot, and the vacuum sucking everybody through, and so your character's just like flying through the debris or whatnot. It's been years, so I don't remember the exact reasoning of why he was doing that, but I know that it just reminded me of that part of Dead Space. But that's what I'm excited, because just the whole like, I don't think, if you're not into scary games, your game is probably not going to be free. But if you can get past it, yeah, it's one of those games. It's going to have jump scares. It's going to have like moments where you're just super high stressed.
Well, now it's moved on the list. Now I'm just gonna like saying it and have to wait for you all to play it.
Yeah, with the screen halfway down. Like,
Exactly. Like, MsBossMonkey, muffs.
is that
I'm okay with this though.
I think that's something you'd like, Fefer. I mean, you got through Resident Evil and a couple other things, so you're probably.
I'm on the line right there.
All right, so then you can watch me play it. Then that's fine.
Yeah, let's just hope you don't get cabineted at any point.
I know, right? Jesus.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you play that one, because Dead Space, I enjoyed watching you play most of that. Well, I peeked in every now and then. Those scary monsters always creeped me out, so I would never really play that on my own. But this looks like a really good game. Hopefully they do it just as good as Dead Space. And again, I'm looking forward to watching you play that games.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. I'm actually excited. I think the last game that I cared about that I'll bring up, then we can go over whatever after, is just also too High on Life. What do you think about that with the talking guns, Monkey?
Oh yeah, the Rick and Morty guy.
Yeah.
I feel like that it could either be like a Borderlands situation where it's just the humor and it's throughout and it's very fleshed out with characters and storyline or whatever, and enjoyable, or it could just be like I just saw all the best parts of the movie.
Right.
in the preview. Like I feel like it's really funny with the talking guns and everything, but how funny is it after 20 hours of playing?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Agreed. What's really cool, I noticed they had because I was looking, because honestly the whole ONL was kind of a disappointment with everything that they showed on there. So I just kept on watching different things from GamesCom. And I noticed on one of the things they had mentioned that they had the people who recorded the voices for the guns, like when you have different guns up, they can interact with each other. If you put one gun away, like they have different lines. They recorded, they said a lot of different lines between each of the voice actors, between each of the guns. So hopefully it won't be too repetitive and annoying. Cross your fingers. We can hope. Because that's one thing that would just turn me off if I'm hearing like, hey, watch it, guy. And then 2 minutes later, hey, watch it. Like, okay, shut up. I'm turning it off. Forget it.
Yeah.
It's going to get annoying.
I just hope that you're right. Like the story has to be has to be worth going through, and the gameplay, obviously. The gameplay looked decent enough. I don't know. It's one of those games that I want to play it. I don't want to see much more on it because it's like I feel like the more I see, the more I'm just not going to care about that game. Like it feels like a game you have to experience and see how the shooting feels, see how the talking is before. Because like that game could just be like, like shut up already. Shut up already.
Hey, watch it, guy.
Yeah. Now if that's not in, that would be hey, watch it, guy. Or if it is, I don't know now. Oh man. Oh well. Speaking of like not wanting to see too much, seeing more of this game actually got me interested, which is Gotham Knights. They showed a little bit more of the fighting
right.
and stuff like that, and they had a new villains trailer and stuff. I want to play it already. That's a game I really just need to get my hands on and play it, because I think until everything they showed in that first 13-minute gameplay trailer, it's like, what the hell is this? This does not look interesting at all. It's like you see Robin swing to the left, hit the guy, and he swings back over to the right. Like he circles around or whatever the hell he does, and it's just like, so. But they showed a little bit more, and I don't know. I think it's gonna have a good story. Like the original Arkham Knight had a good story. So Arkham Asylum, and and Arkham Knight was the next one. It was pretty good. Those were pretty good. do you care about the Gotham Knights at all? Where do you have that on your list, Monkey?
It was not that I don't care. I think I tried to play one of them really, really early on, and it might have been the Arkham one, maybe. I just think I was just getting motion sickness.
I
The
see.
swinging places and things. So I didn't really get to like give it a go. Kind of like with Spider-Man. I really want to play Spider-Man, but I don't know if I can.
I see.
I totally get that. Yes.
So instead, I watch you all play.
That's gonna be a 2-player game at minimum. So definitely, you and I should play that. Fefer, do you care? I mean, are you interested in? I think you'll have a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the trailers looked cool. I don't know. I'm very simple. I can get into that. I like the Harley Quinn talking in there, with her little voice and stuff. So I'm there for the characters to see what story pans out. I'm with it.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, well, I'll be looking forward to that, and I think it's coming. I think it was supposed to be November, and they moved it up to October. So about a month and change, it'll be out. So that was pretty exciting. So, I think everybody needs to get their hands on it. I think that's just one game that until people really come on and say this game is fun to play through, especially with another person or whatever, nobody, I don't know. I feel like it should be talked about more because everyone loved Batman so much. Like the original Batman games were really, really good. Like Arkham Asylum was like, at the time especially, it was just like, man, like you got, it's like playing Batman the animated series, but modernized and so much like, it was a lot darker, and it's like they really like built on that foundation of what made those cartoons really good. So, and then they came out with Arkham City and whatever, and then you had what was it, I think it was Arkham Knight was the one that came out on next gen when PS4 came out, and it was horrible online. It was like it was the cyberpunk of of the beginning of the generation. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But for PC, only because I think on console it was fine, but PC it was horrendous. It was like ran horribly. You couldn't up the specs at all. I remember I had like a pretty decent video card, and I had to have it all the way like on freaking, I forget how low, like 720p to get it to run like stable. And yeah, it was pretty bad.
I remember that. That was horrible.
And then it's funny because this one they dropped the last gen, so I think they were gonna suffer. They didn't want, like, just drop it. We're not gonna do a us or Cyberpunk. So let's just drop last gen, stick to next gen, and yeah, it's a next gen only game. So I might actually just get it on. You should get it on PS5. You should get it, Monkey, and get it on PS5.
Okay. All right, I will. Well, that reminded me when you said Cyberpunk. That reminded me. So that game called Everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
With what's his face? Is it Leslie Benzies? I think was the producer at Rockstar North before, and then he left and started his own whatever. And I guess there's some other former Rockstar people that went over there, and everyone's like, "Ooh, this is the GTA killer," and blah blah blah. Of course, you only got to see like 1 minute of whatever going on, and not a whole lot explained. But it's gonna kill GTA. I did read. They had an interview. I guess someone had emailed them some questions because of the preview, and it was very like super close to the vest. They didn't really explain too much, but other than, it's open world, but we want to take it further than, things where a lot of times even in open world, you're very limited, so then it was kind of reading like Ready Player One kind of a type thing where you really had a lot more freedom to do stuff. And I was like, okay, so either this will be like the greatest game ever, or it's going to be Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Just the way everything was being built up around it and about it, because they got funded by, what was the name of that company? Some Chinese mega whatever, like they print money basically. It's never ending budget.
NetEase? Yeah.
Or yeah,
Tencent.
NetEase, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's their backing for this game. Like just like they can just endlessly just keep doing whatever, but
it sounds like,
I don't know, sometimes
Uh-huh.
go ahead, sorry.
No, finish it off. Sometimes what?
Oh no, it was like sometimes, having a lot of money can make it worse than
Yeah.
if you're a little indie game. Um,
Or they need that
which
return. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, because you're gonna just, I don't know, I guess they have 150 employees now at his company or his new dev company. Um, so who knows?
I don't know. It's
I
sounding,
don't know.
and now that you say that, too, it's confirming my hope my wrong. I hope I'm very wrong about this, but it sounds like an NFT game. Like it sounds like this. They're very much because that's where some of these come, especially the dirtier ones. Like they're dying to jump into NFTs somehow, and a game where you can create your own thing and blah blah blah. Sounds like very pay to like earn paid. Was it paid? Play to earn, and it's like
Mhm.
I don't know. Like it's giving me NFT vibes big time. Like like a modern Roblox, but now it's gonna be NFTs. So you get to
Hmm.
own that sword that you made and or fought a battle for. Like that's where I could see like NFTs being kind of interesting. Where like if like a fun game. Where there's I don't know, you go to like some like think Elden Ring, but like where anybody can be at, and there's a chance to go into a crypt or something and you find like some magical stone or sword or whatever, and it's an NFT and you own, like, you know what I mean? Like you have the only one. The only bad thing is like selling. Then if you can sell it, then that's just pay to win.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think it would be cool if you couldn't sell it. You know what I mean? Like maybe for in-game currency, and again, assuming you can't buy with real money in-game currency.
right.
Like it would be cool, like if you can only trade within the game. You know what I mean? Like I think Diablo had something like that. But that'd be cool. Like that, I could see like NFTs being worth something. Where like, maybe you have like a family of games, and that same sword is that copy, in the sequel or the prequel or then something else. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool. But I don't know. It sounds interesting. I want to see it, but I just have a bad. Now that you mentioned NetEase is involved, I And funny enough, Bungie had a deal with NetEase before they got bought by Sony. So I wonder where that game is, or if that game is just not going to be with them anymore because it's NetEase or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy, no.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, obviously there's already, in the Twitterverse about Hogwarts and whatever anyway because of, the author, but that really landed on the thing of like the only people that are going to be interested in that are people who just are all about Harry Potter, right? And I don't blame them if it's a game that fulfills all their many, I don't know, Harry Potter fantasy life and they can go into the game and do their thing, then buy it and enjoy it, play it. I'm not interested in it, but I'm not I haven't, I don't know. I think I'd be a Hufflepuff if anything, but although I think most people would put me in Slytherin, thanks. But I don't know enough about it to be like, oh, that looks great, or oh, they're just like straying so far from the, whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was very much just on a like somebody's gonna love this game. It's not me, but somebody will love it.
Yeah, that's how I'm
Hmm.
feeling. Like I'm
Yep.
interested. I want to see how the gameplay is. If it's a fun game, it's a fun game. But I know I'm not gonna appreciate anything in that because I didn't grow up with it, and
Mhm.
we're at that age where like I wasn't really reading like books like that right when it got popular. It was like, I heard about it, but I don't know. I just didn't care, and it didn't pass in front of me to read it. So it was like, by the time it became a cultural phenomenon, it was like that shit completely passed me. So,
Mhm.
I tried to watch the first movie so many times, couldn't get into it, and it's just like we finally got through it, and it's like I just haven't been interested in watching any more of those movies. Like I don't care, unfortunately. I want to care. I mean, I want to. I just don't care. Pfeffer.
Yeah, same. I know. The boy's gonna like that
That's
because
yes.
he's read through most of the books, but
And we saw
it's been a
the
struggle to watch the movies and get into
Yeah.
it.
And we saw there was a Broadway play that we got to see for like $20 each. And we took the kids that he loved. Like he appreciated the movie, the play so much because he hasn't even seen all of them, but he's read most of the books. and so he really appreciated the movie. So I think he's gonna enjoy Hogwarts Legacy like a lot. So I'll get into it for that, but I feel like if it wasn't for him, I probably still might, just because it's the next big AAA game supposed to come out, and it's coming out from a decent studio and stuff like that. So, I just want to see how fun it is. Maybe I'll get into Harry Potter after that. Maybe it'll turn me into a fan.
He's gonna show
You'll
up
be a
at every party.
Potterhead.
Exactly. He's gonna come in with the robe and the hat and the wand everywhere he goes.
I'll just be the mean poser though. They're like, "Oh, you love the one? Never seen the movies. I love the game though." That's it.
He's gonna change his whole brand, VGX Potter.
Yup. Oh man. But yeah, there was also a lot of indies, obviously, on the indie front. I know you have a lot here, Fefer. What do you got?
Wait, I just want to take one more last look
Oh,
on what they had here. Yeah, nothing else really called out to me with the other list. So yeah, moving on to the indies, the better part of the show. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of different story-driven games. There's one called Passing By, a Tailwind Journey. So that's you get into your balloon ship and you travel off, you meet friends, you solve puzzles, and you're on to an unknown place. Where are you going? I don't know, but it's gonna be a great adventure. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. It looked really pretty.
did,
The
did
next one.
well, did any of those? Because wait, oh, that's from the indie showcase.
That's from the indie showcase.
Okay.
Yeah, they had like whole separate showings for it.
Okay, go on. I forgot. Like, I'm thinking because this is just from ONL, and then you had the indie showcase after. So yeah,
Exactly.
We did have
That's why I
one.
like-
Oh, sorry. It's been out for a while, but they're gonna release it on Switch, and I wanted to tell Fefer about it. I don't know. You probably like it too. Games. It's that Dwarf Romantic.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I was gifted that, but it's like this like super chill strategy puzzle builder thing. You have like this really beautiful landscape and little tiles of different biomes. Yeah, I think that you would both like that. I mean, you don't have to have it on Switch, obviously, but and maybe I'd use my Switch then if I got it on there.
All right.
I mean, you own it on Steam.
Yes.
Now you have to get a Steam Deck. I mean, that's just the rules now.
That's it.
Oh,
We don't make
all
the
right,
rules.
let me write that down. Hold on. Gotta take notes.
Must buy Steam Deck. That is rule. Oh man, that's funny.
Sorry,
yeah, no,
Fefer, carry on.
No. That's true. That's one I actually overlooked. Dwarf Romantic looked really good, and it was cool seeing that announcement. The next game I've got here, Dome Keeper. That's something that games would be interested in, because remember that had the pixel art, and then you're mining for resources.
Yeah, you
but
show
then
me,
It's
yeah.
also like it's kind of like a tower defense, because you have to use the resources to build up your dome and just kind of build it all up before the wave of stuff comes and attacks it.
Yeah. That means that's a game that you got to show the boy too, because G Money loves him
loves
some
those.
tower defenses are fun. I mean, I gotta say, like
They are
balloons,
fun.
and you already know about that, Monkey. The balloons games are like
Yeah.
addiction, straight addiction. There's a
Yep.
few out there that I'm like I haven't gotten my hands on to really get into, but even there's like, sorry, I know that I'm going on a complete tangent here. This random game called Aegis Defenders. It's like some random little 2D game on Steam. And it's like, it's a platformer, 2D platform, but then you get to parts where you have to do a little tower defense or whatever to hold your area down. Then it has like some story, and then it's like, I don't know, it's like I love tower defense. They just can be very fun. So yes, I'm interested.
Yes. That one, I don't remember if they mentioned a release date on that one, but that's definitely something we're gonna look out for. The next one I saw on there, Mineko's Night Market. That one reminded me of Totoro, because it has a lot of little Japanese references in it. It's a little social sim adventure. You're crafting stuff, you're eating things, you're adventuring around. It looks like you just kind of move into this new neighborhood, and there's a lot of cats everywhere. So
Everybody loves
who
cats.
doesn't like cats? Yeah.
Sold.
Everybody wants to be a cat. Yeah, it's really cute. It's super cute.
Monkey's already
So
pre-ordered it several times. No.
it's
All
supposed to come out this year.
platforms,
I see
including
it too.
my
Exactly.
unpurchased Steam Deck.
There you go.
Oh man. Oh, I
And
love
that
this.
that's published by Humble.
Oh, okay. So that'll be like on the Humble monthly, probably the Humble Trove thing. So
Probably. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that even more now.
I like the art style. I like the hand drawn art style. I can vibe with that a little bit more, like where it looks like a more of a matted finish instead of like those real HD games that are like paper, like the 2D flat. I don't know. Some of those look really cheap, but there's several games that look like this already. It's not a new look, this Mineko's,
Oh no, of course.
but I do,
Of course.
but if it's gonna be like on the simpler style, this is the style that I like.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, like this is kind of looking at the pictures again since I pulled it up on Steam. It's
Yeah.
kind of reminding me of what the Return to Monkey Island.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Return to Monkey Island is the style that I'm not crazy about, and I think that's why a lot of people were like they got really nasty with the developer from. I don't know if you heard
Yes.
about that monkey, but he posted something and he got his own fan base to a game. He came back after 30 years of not working on video games to make a sequel to a beloved 90s video game, and people came with pitchforks acting crazy on the internet. He's like, I'm not even gonna talk about the game publicly anymore. Like he's like, whatever.
You guys, I'm shutting up.
Yeah, like you have to, like, those people should really feel disgusted with themselves, like for acting like that. Like if you see it and you don't like it, that's it. I get voicing your opinion, but it's not gonna change anything. Like maybe a mechanic or something in a game, I get, but being disgusting because you don't like that. I know why they picked. That's probably very easy to develop for, and he's just probably directing and writing. Like it's a point and click adventure, and to make matters worse, the art style I think has changed for every game. Every single game is a different art style. So the fact that people are bitching about something that's always been a theme of Monkey Island, where each game has a slightly different art style, is like, come on, you went from nothing to an art style you don't care for. Like, come on, at least you get something. You get another. It's like, so that's why people are the worst. But yeah.
Yes.
And that's my TED talk.
But yeah, it looks really cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next one that I have, Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop.
I just like the name.
I have to say that slow because it sounds like a tongue twister. That one, you're I forgot what you are.
A fox?
You're like a fox.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
you're a little fox, and then it's like a little a simulation.
I'm
you're
looking
like
at the trailer. Yeah,
you're repairing. Yeah, you're repairing ships and stuff. I
This
thought that was really cute.
no, this looks really interesting. So it has a silly little 2D running around, but then I see it like opens. You see him open up like a you know what this reminds me of? The hospital game we used to like, the surgery game we used to like on the DS.
Trauma Center.
Yeah, that's what this reminds me of. Like but with
Wow.
machines, like you see, like if you look at the trailer, like you see like something shaking in the middle, and you have to like move the levers around and everything to stop it from blowing up. So yeah, very Trauma Center style. I like that though.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's different.
Oh wow, this is gonna be it's like I paused it. It's like some dickhead in an orange ship rammed me. That's from this game, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a colorful language.
Colorful language, yes.
Oh, I like
I've noticed that a lot
this.
more in games recently. They're using more colorful language.
Well, it's because everything's at us now. We are the demographic. So it's like, I was talking about this. Remember, Fefer, with you like a few weeks ago. How like in 20 years we're gonna be like the oldest generation playing video games. Like that really play, like the biggest population of older people that play video. Because I know older people play games now, but it's much more niche among the older community than it is with people our age. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have like 70-year-olds like, back in my day, GTA 5, this GTA 17 is trash. Oh man.
Elden Ring or GTFO.
Right.
But yeah, so that's Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop. No release date, but well, that's another one to keep an eye out for. Another one that I did find was Please Touch the Artwork. We did recently see that on what was the last show? Summerfest?
Okay. Oh,
Summer
okay.
Games
Yeah, Summer
Fest.
Games Fest. Yeah.
So it's released right now. It's 50% off, so you can get that for $5. I actually just picked that up myself because you get to touch the art. You have little puzzles in there, and you have a little cat paw coming in from different sides of the screen from time to time. So I want to play that. Again,
Is this-
going back to everything going cats.
Is this the one where they use their cat
Yes.
or whatever? Or like they talked about. Wow, I don't see it. I remember the whole cat thing, but oh, this is from January. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Oh, I'm mistaken. Oh, the sale is over. Oh.
Aw, boo.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a puzzle narrative game.
Could it be on sale on Switch, or you saw it like on Steam on sale?
I saw it on Steam on sale.
Oh,
I'm
I
assuming
see.
for Gamescom. The Gamescom sale.
Oh, I see. Maybe it's over because it's Monday. Ah, boo.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else you got?
Yeah. And last but not least, I have The Fall of Porcupine. So it's a story about a pigeon in healthcare. You know, it's a pigeon in healthcare, and it's I'm not sure what the story is about, but it's The Fall of Porcupine.
Oh, I see. I have it here. It's like a 2D side scroller, and yeah, you're a Dr. Pigeon.
Yeah. Dr. Pigeon, Dr. Bird is the word.
Oh, this looks
These
good.
are the people that are attacked by the squirrel with the gun.
All right. Imagine that would be awesome.
The crossover game we didn't know we needed.
Right?
Exactly.
Oh, I hope they do like BoJack Horseman, where like the animals still do animal things, even though they're humanoid. They still do animal things.
Oh yeah,
You
that
ever
would be great. Like, oh man, we need 30 cc stats.
Yeah, exactly. You ever watch BoJack Horseman, Monkey?
No, I know what it is though.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. This guy, that does, what's his? I forget his name.
The Batman voice.
That does Batman on the Lego Batman guy, and yeah, it's like Fefer said, like if it's a bird, then they'll, or like there's like a bus boy, not a bus boy. What are they called? The valet driver, and the guy, he tries to distract the valet guy by taking the, you want this? You want this? The guy's like, yeah, but it's still like a guy working, but he has dog tendencies, because he's a dog, like that, and so or like you said, like the bird will just randomly go, or whatever. So it's like I don't know, that kind of humor where they speak like humans, they have jobs and everything, but still do animal things. I think that's I don't know why I get a kick out of that, and they do so well with that on that show on BoJack Horseman. They do so well with that. So a game that has like because I see I was watching it in muted, but you see all the animals talking to each other. I'm like, oh, if they do things like that, that'd be really good humor for me. I'd enjoy that. But you know what? I moved it all the way down to the bottom, not realizing that that was your indie showcase stuff. So what we should have been mentioning. Oh wait, damn it, I had it here. Oh wait, I think I still do. Hold on. It was oh, you guys can't hear my audio. I had it queued up. Kojima queued up.
なりました。おー。
Okay. Everybody else could hear that. That where he goes, oh, for the Kojima podcast. So oh, Fefer
So you
just,
say, oh,
yeah. Well, are you talking about me? So yeah, at the end of the Gamescom, Kojima, towards the end, it was like one of the very last things that happened. He shows he has an official podcast coming out. He's gonna be exclusive on Spotify, and it's gonna be broadcast in English and in Japanese. So if you want to hear the mind of Kojima-san, then he has a podcast. which I probably will be listening to because I'm a fool until I find it boring and stop watching it or stop listening to it. But hopefully it's entertaining. I mean, I'm assuming they have something good, something good there. I would assume it's not just a one-man show, so it'll probably be something interesting. I heard the guy who does like Smash Brothers does something similar, Sakurai or whatever. He does like a YouTube thing going into like development and things like that. So that'll be cool to hear like his process, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Things like that, like talking about his processes on things. I'm sure we'll hear little tidbits on keep it interesting. I'm sure we'll hear about like Metal Gear and PT and all that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure you guys don't care, but I do.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Oh, okay, that's right. You played Death Stranding, so that's it.
I'm a fan.
You're a solidified fan, even though you got to go back and play Metal Gear.
I know, I do. Sorry, we were having a moment.
Oh man, if you're listening,
And I'm gonna care so I don't get canceled.
right? What do you mean, monkey? That's it. Get out. But yeah, I mean, I think that's really all I got on the list. Anything that we didn't cover you want to cover, monkey?
No, but I'm always on you about the length of your episodes, so I don't want mine to be really long. Because then that would just be,
and it's actually going a little longer than we've been doing. We've been doing pretty good. We've been stopping it like around the 1 hour mark, more than we haven't. But yeah, I think the Outlast Trials, we can mention that looked pretty interesting. Scary. I know you love Outlast so much, Fefer. So, and the other one that I kind of wanted to mention was Where Winds Meet. The one that looks like Ghost of Tsushima, but in Chinese, it's like Ghost of Tsushima, but on the Mongol side.
yeah.
Did you see that, Monkey? Did you see that? Happen to see that trailer?
Yeah, I had the same thought. Yeah.
Right? It's very Chinese. I was like, this is not Japan. Even the way they were talking, because even though I don't understand language, I can tell the difference between Chinese and Japanese like night and day. And I was like, yeah, they're not speaking Japanese at all. I'm like, this has to be Chinese. And it looks good though. It was a little choppy on the trailer, I'll say, but
it was.
Like they tried, they need to lower those settings a little bit before they made that trailer, but I will say that it if it's anywhere near as good as Ghost of Tsushima, that might be a game like a sleeper hit that people aren't expecting. So assuming it's fun, and the story's decent enough. But yeah, that's really it on that. Everything else I think was good enough that we covered.
Yeah.
So now we do our thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
but I did. Thank you.
No, it was fun. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry for the delay. I know.
Bye, monkey.
Right? We're supposed to do this on Friday. Today's Monday, the 29th. We're supposed to do this back on Friday, but we just came back from vacation. We're tired and lazy, and we're just like, man, podcasts. Who does those anymore?
I don't want a podcast anymore.
Oh,
Better late than never.
Right? No, but thank you again for being here. Again, remember, if you're not already following, you made it this far, definitely give us a follow at VGXL Podcast on Twitter or Video Games X Life everywhere else. Follow beautiful Fefer at Fefer or Fefer on Twitch, and Fefer Plays everywhere else except for freaking Instagram.
Shut up.
Plays.
2 S's.
She really plays on Instagram.
Oh man.
Oh, can I do the thing?
Yes.
Do my thing that I usually do the thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Darn it, Fefer, you made me laugh. Okay, hold
Sorry.
on. I got this. Be sure to check out the VGXL podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right. I stayed a little extra quiet so I can clip that later. That's going to be the new one. Even though it sounds almost the same. If you watch my streams live, that is a sound bite on my stream at Video Games X Life. I'm just going to go VGX on everything because it just makes sense. But yeah, for now, it's still Video Games X Life. So as of August 29th.
Certainly less to type.
Yes, that too.
Yes, that too. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's it for me.
If you stuck around, let us know what stuck out for you in the GamesCom, whether it's the indie stuff or there's the AAAs, opening night live, whatever. Let us know.
And make sure you agree with me on all the things. Thanks.
She'll hunt you
Exactly.
down.
It's a great way to stay in shape. Have a good night.